bought it, listened to it in my car, and I really found an appreciation for it beyond like, damn, this man is amazing. Like, and that wasn't my generation because again, I didn't.
And see, I feel like it's kind of like I'm kind of like arguing a point that I don't necessarily feel myself, just because when I think about, especially like with Kanye, like several times throughout my life, I go back and I listen to like College Dropout and Late Registration and Graduation, and really just go all the way up the scale and just be like, yeah, I'm still here with this. Yeah, you know. So, and I know there's like a lot of people that do that. I feel like we all do that with music that we listened to back then. So really everything for me would be everything that I like, I guess, would be like cross generational. I'm just kind of thinking of in a more wider frame for people in general, like outside. So what were you saying?
This is like a theory. It's not like fully worded in my head correctly. Is it? Could someone make the point that Kanye's crowd or generation was never really the generation that actually like we're speaking of right now? So those 18, 19-year-olds, right? Because to me, the people that's keeping Kanye money in his pocket are us. Yeah. Those people that went from College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation, Yeezus, that was us. Yeah. So can someone make the point that we are his intended crowd and we are his generation? Because to me,
you're not wrong.
Because to me, like I think Kanye just caught the late boom bap backpack rap type of wave to pop. Yes, or not even pop, to catch some type of attention.
Because when you look at Ye when he came out and the way he dressed, and the people that were listening to real rap,
they didn't like him.
They didn't dress nothing like him. And they didn't listen to music like him.
That's why it took so hard for him to get in the game. Correct.
And no, very true.
So my argument is, in a weird way, not even a weird way, I think you can argue that it was still kind of us. Yeah. No.
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting argument to make.
Like, I'm not trying to be too specific. Give me like a age range.
Okay, so someone said this to me, right? I was at an event, right? Yeah. And we was talking music. You know, I showed him some stuff. He showed me his stuff. And he was like, you know, it's crazy. We're all kids of Kanye West. I was like, what do you mean?
You just made me kind of put something in perspective, though.
Before you go, he was like, we're all kids of Kanye West. I was like, what do you mean? He was like, anybody from 98 and up is kids of Kanye West.
And, I'm 94.
So, damn. Maybe not. All right, but
anyone from 98 and up still is kids of Kanye. That doesn't say anything about anyone before that.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. That's what he was saying, though. He was like, to me, y'all grew up hitting, you know, certain points of Kanye, but the people that actually grew up knowing and only hearing this of course, y'all already knew Late Registration, blah, blah, blah. And y'all were able to actually understand it. Yeah. But what he was saying was that, like, for me, and I think this is very, very true, and listening to 808s and Heartbreak at my age, I was just like, this is what music should sound like to me. Like, I just thought it was normal. Like, it sounded so good, so great. But for someone like y'all understood how groundbreaking it was. I feel like. And that was his argument. He was just like, me now, let's say I make music, I'm thinking 808s and Heartbreak is the holy grail.
That is a very interesting point, because I feel like anybody who was listening to Kanye, who kind of got introduced to Kanye a little bit earlier with College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation, when that 808s and the My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy and the Yeezus hit, it was a little bit harder for those people to kind of like stick with it. Yeah. Yeah. Because it was groundbreaking, yes, and you recognize that, but it was also like, damn, this is like completely different. But people who grew up on it, it was just like, oh, this is normal. That's why younger people were able to accept those albums a lot easier.
And then want to actually, in a way, kind of, you know, reproduce it or type of replicate it type situation. So that's what I think he meant by like the 98 thing. Because at that time, you're growing up into it and you're like, I'm 97, so same thing. But you're growing up into it and you're like, wow, like, why doesn't all music sound like, well, what's the big point? You know what I mean? It's like he's singing. But it's like rappers aren't supposed to sing.
And you can kind of really like think about it in like looking at rappers and artists of today. Like let's say we're looking at like a Kendrick, right? Yeah. Kendrick probably didn't grow up on Kanye. That's why he still has some of those older elements.
He doesn't.
You know, but you have
but
rappers
he definitely has influence.
Yeah, you have rappers that came after, you know, that whole Kanye era, like Yachty and any you can name anyone from any kind of like spectrum, and you could really kind of draw it a little bit back, at least like a small percentage back to, you know, what Kanye kind of pioneered in a sense, with whether it was 808s or whether it was My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy or Yeezus. You can kind of say like, okay, you could tell that this person came after that, or you could tell that this person came before that. Yeah, I definitely I would subscribe to that. I think that's a good point.
To that.
Podcast words, man. That's exactly what that is.
I was to subscribe to that.
I would. Yeah, I agree.
How did this conversation start again? We were Soulja Boy.
I have no idea.
Okay,
we're literally like kind of fading into our topic. We haven't even gotten there yet.
So whoever's watching this, please leave the comment. Is there like a real line of generation of like the Soulja Boy era and where we started with the Chief Keef? Like I feel like we all grew up on the same thing. And what I mean by that
is the Chief Keef era the same as the Soulja Boy era?
Hold on, no. That can be taken way differently, because to me you can say like, oh, well, drill music and Soulja Boy, no, not the same era. What I'm saying is from how old are you again? 27, right?
27.
It's cool, right?
I guess didn't want to say.
You wanted to say that, but okay. So 27. So I'm gonna say this. I'll say, is there a musical generational difference from the age of 21 to 29? Is there a huge difference? I want to know.
Between 21 and 29?
Yeah, I want to know.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't even know who's 21. Like,
I know a few 21s, and I think the cutoff.
Well, I know you do.
I think the cutoff time will be later than that. No. I'll say 21. I'll say 21.
So,